Yep.
Wait, let me okay that.
You
I okayed that. All right.
know, it's weird. It does record without you accepting, which seems wrong.
That does seem wrong. Why would you tell me, is
Yeah.
it okay if it's not okay?
I
What if it's
feel
not
like
okay?
then, I feel like you not accepting allows you to maybe have a lawsuit on your hands later
I
on
could
down
sue
the
you.
line.
I
And you
can
could
sue
be
you.
like, I did not accept this.
I
And
never wanted to talk about the lady in white.
I have the video evidence to show that he coerced me into talking about the lady in white.
Oh
I thought we
man.
were going to talk about who's the boss, but
Well, she's
instead,
such a
Mona looks like a melted candle.
Mona. So many candles, Mona. Where are we getting all this? No wonder there was a fire.
Yeah,
I saw,
how do
I
you?
yelled, fire hazard! The young boy in bed.
The amount of creepy adults in this boy's life is upsetting. It's not good. Mona saves his life and is like, "Let me kiss your face now."
How many
Like,
people
don't.
call him a beautiful boy?
I
You're
don't.
a beautiful boy.
I don't.
His brother attacks him. The first scene we see with him and his brother attacks him and says, "You're a beautiful boy."
There's.
Like, what is
I
happening?
don't know. This movie's doing so much. At every turn, I'm like, this movie's doing
There's
everything,
so many it
everything it can
is
do.
yes, there's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a bit overwhelming at times. It's a lot. There's
It's
commentary on race wars happening.
it's so much.
Like, let's cram that in. Grief for dealing with the grieving father, and then
Hold
male.
on a second.
What's happening?
Do you hear
What are you?
that?
Oh, what am
My
I?
phone is saying
You have an
Pennsylvania
alert?
is experiencing a statewide intermittent
Oh, I got it now
911
too.
911 outage. Oh boy,
Oh
I hope
man, I hope
nothing.
we don't have any emergencies right
I
now.
hope I don't have to call this while we're talking about the lady. If you see the lady right behind me, flag me down. Don't try and call 911. Actually, she's good. If you see,
Oh, my
anyway,
dog's excited
yeah.
about the alarm now.
Oh, good.
Okay, Mom.
Excited or terrified?
Mhm. Lady in White too. She's not the Lady in White is
Don't.
not
I
the
heard
Lady in
your
White you
audio
think.
message.
Yeah, it's layered. So many
In
layers.
addition to doing everything, this movie had me soak. My notes are a disaster because my notes are constantly referring to the lady in white as one thing, and then I'm like, oh no,
That's
no.
not the
I
Lady in
guess the lady
White.
in white's her mom, and I was like, what, her
No,
sister? I
sister.
was
Her
like, what's going
sister.
on? I'm like revising notes. I'm like, why am I even bothering doing this at this point?
It's just there's so many twists and turns. You're like,
It's
the killer is your Uncle Phil. What? How
and
do we even know Uncle Phil?
and
I'm not sure. When those two adult men come into his life to check on him because he's got a neck brace from a fall,
a fall. He was
tried to get
strangled. What
strangled,
are you
neck
talking
brace.
about?
Okay, okay.
Fall.
Well, didn't he fall off from the where he was hiding? All
I
right.
mean, he was dragged down by his throat, so maybe it was the fall
Oh,
that caused the neck injury.
so many. I love the image of the little girl too, just being carried.
There is this movie's for children? Question
It's
mark.
PG-13, and I
Yeah,
did watch it as a
so
child.
did I. So
And
did I.
I definitely, yeah.
There were things that I remembered
Hmm.
and things that I thought were part of a different movie. When the janitor walks out of court, I was like, "Oh no! I know what's gonna happen to him." When he's on the steps, he's like, "Yay, I'm free."
Yeah.
I'm like, "That's this movie?"
Yeah, because again, it's
Yeah.
layered. There's all
Yes.
these different all right, let's go through it because
I
it
don't know why.
starts in a different kind of zone too. And then
Yes.
when I'm done, I'm like, I think that was worth it. I'm not sure.
I
Okay,
I think
let's
we
see.
can talk about. Wait,
I
I
think we
think
are talking about
well,
it.
yes, but I have to actually start the
You
podcast.
start it this time, I'm
I
pretty
will.
sure.
I will gladly start this. All
Great.
right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Good Times, Great Movies. We are an 80s movie podcast where every other week we watch a different movie from the 80s and then we talk about it.
Mhm.
I'm one of your two hosts. My name's Doug McCambridge. And with me in a room where I only see one candle, Jamie, I don't know where the other
They're all
475
in
are.
front of me. They're all in
Okay.
front of me. You don't see the candlelight
All
glow on my
right.
face.
It's Jamie Lorello. Oh boy.
Wow.
This
Well,
is
so
a
we're
little bit of
yeah, we're
Halloween in
bringing in some
July. Should we?
suspense in Halloweeny vibes, I guess. Ghostly apparitions.
Now, you had said earlier that you had seen this movie. How much of it did you remember? And was it scary? Like, do you remember anything about this movie? I guess.
So I remember my friend Kirk, and I was texting him when I was watching this. I just watched it today. And I was like, I can't believe I'm watching this. He came over. It was something he rented from the library. And we
Okay.
did not watch scary movies. I was not a scary movie person.
Right.
I'm discovering later in life that in some cases I am,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
But he was like, this is kind of a creepy movie, but it's about an Italian family, so you guys might like it.
So you're like, all right, you know what? I'll suffer through the creepiness to watch this poor old man who just wants a cigarette. That's all he wants.
The comic relief of Grandpa and his
It's
cigarette
so
is
great
great.
how he is the only comic relief in the movie. Anytime he showed up, I'm like, all right, let's lighten the load
Let's
here,
get him
movie.
going. Like too, at one point, she's just like, "Have your cigarette, go," and he's like, "Oh no, I can have the
It was
cigarette."
a very stressful time. Their grandson was almost murdered at school.
And possibly molested, because then he
I
says
hope he
that
wasn't
when
molested.
he reads the article, the brother, when he comes in with the article,
Yeah,
he says murdered, and I thought molested. That's why I was
that's
like,
what he
"Whoa,
said.
what
Yes.
kind of
Yeah.
what are we doing here?" And they just anyway,
They gloss over things in this movie that I'm like, well, okay, for a PG-13 movie, I guess
yeah,
you glossed over it, but also you just said it.
yeah.
So you're not really glossing over it. But the fact that his brother's like, man, you could have been the 12th kid that was molested and murdered. I'm like, maybe don't like this just happened. You can't joke about it now. And you
until
shouldn't
his
joke about
brother
that.
until his brother does the yearbook research
Right.
at the
Yes.
very end. He is a despicable character. He is not nice to his brother. He
No.
says very off, like, well, which kind of for that age, you have kids like
Sure.
they make off jokes that it's like, oh, you're missing the beat here. You're
Yeah.
actually insulting now because they're trying to figure out where the humor lies,
Mhm.
right?
He's
But
like a Wayne from the Wonder Years. Like they have that
yes,
sort of
yes.
same
Well, this is Wonder
relationship.
Year's dad, isn't it? Isn't this the Wonder Years?
No, no, no,
No,
it's
no.
not. He seems like he could have
Yeah,
been the
yeah,
Wonder Years.
yeah.
I'll bet he was in a couple episodes of the Wonder Years as like the dad's brother. I bet he's the uncle in the Wonder Years.
Yeah. But he's not molesting and murdering school children.
Oh God. You know
Maybe he's
what? There's probably for
for 10 years he's been doing it too.
10,
Yeah.
I couldn't even, and it's
Did
almost as
you
if
see that? I like the newspaper article with all the other kids that all look like, and I'm not teasing because kids are beautiful, right? But
sure.
all these kids look like they have some kind of crazy, like the little girl, it's like they wanted that little girl to stand out, right? And
Hmm.
some of the kids look like 3 years old. I'm like, these are not elementary school kids
Yeah.
that he's killing here. But anyway,
It doesn't
um,
seem to be a specific age. It's certainly not a specific gender.
no,
Like I
he's all
don't
over the map.
it's so creepy because yeah, I saw this movie when I was a kid too. I didn't remember the word molestation.
No, no, I didn't. Yes.
But
So I watched it with Kirk and I think my sister, my little brother, like we were all like, all right, we're gonna watch this.
mhm,
And I remember it being creepy, a little
sure.
scary because of the ghosty thing, but I don't remember full parts of it. And I don't know if that's part of like a trauma like blackout, like if I
Right.
was scary to me or I didn't understand things. So my brain was just like, you don't need to,
Yep.
I don't know.
I
But
think it might be. I mean, or that was a long time ago. Like we can't
it
remember
was
every beat to every movie that we saw once. I'm
right.
assuming you saw this
I
one
saw it
time.
just that one
Okay.
time, and then
All
it
right.
was a thing I would talk about. Well, because even when I texted my friend Kirk about it, I'm like, oh my God, I'm watching this movie. And he's like, that movie still gives me nightmares. I hate it so much. Because his last name is Torregrossa, and the killer's last name is
Oh,
Torregrossa.
real? Okay. Oh
Yes.
my God, that's great. Okay, that's fantastic. Wow. All right. I think I saw this movie a couple of times
You
because
did.
yeah, because there were a lot of scenes in here that I remembered. There were certain things that I was waiting for, where I was like,
Well,
oh,
like
this
the
is gonna
murder of
happen. And
the janitor.
Well, yeah, no,
Or that sad,
I
grieving
wasn't
mother.
waiting for that. I thought that was in like
A different,
Mississippi
yeah, it
Burning or
does feel like it
something.
was in a different movie. I'm like,
Yeah,
isn't Matthew McConaughey a lawyer in this?
right. And it's so like shocking, like a headshot,
Well,
blood
and
all
I
over the
really,
window. I was
yes,
like, what
she shot
the?
too. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, this is not the movie I signed up for. I signed up for a creepy old lady.
I thought this was a kid's thing and he was communicating with a little girl
Right.
ghost and he was making a friend.
Yes. And you said that until his brother like digs through the trunk, he's not a great character. That brother has a lot to go through once he digs through the trunk because he comes back upstairs to see a ghost. Like
Oh,
he
yeah,
walks
that's
into the
right.
room and
That's
is like,
right.
well, there's a ghost now. Great. That's a life-changing thing.
Well, Frankie was trying to tell them all the whole time. He's like, from the get-go,
Yes.
from his first, he was like, Dad, there was something else. It wasn't just that somebody was tried to murder me and
I,
put me in a neck brace.
I want to get into it because we're spoiling everything.
Yeah, lots
First
of
of all,
things to spoil.
I don't think it's too much for me to say.
Say it.
Folks, if you're interested at all, watch this movie before we ruin every twist and turn for you. But real quick, before we get into it, I do have a question for you.
Okay.
Are we to believe, we know from his brother seeing this ghost that this ghost girl can be seen
Mm-hmm.
by anyone? It's not as though he has a connection to her, which is why I thought he could see her. When his brother sees her, I'm like, oh, so this ghost walks around town at 10 p.m. every night
Oh, yeah. It's a
for
10 o'clock
10
thing.
years, and no one has ever seen this ghost,
None of them are
right?
tuned in.
Okay.
Frankie's just weird enough
And
because he's a little
also,
weirdo.
it appears that no one has ever talked about murdered children in this town
No.
until he's almost murdered. And then it's like, this has been happening forever, right?
This happens every year.
I can't believe it. 10 years, 11 children over 10 years.
And
And
that
this kid gets almost killed, and everybody's like, what? This town's insane
and no
suddenly.
one suspected that weirdo teacher. No,
Oh,
she's not a killer type. She's not a
no,
killer
she's
type.
not a killer type. But if children deserve to be killed, it's everyone that class except for our main character.
That little creepy angel girl.
These
Really.
kids, the amount of the chaos of this woman's classroom, it made me anxious watching
Yeah.
these kids.
Yeah.
All right, so it is Lady in White from
Yeah, it is. It
1988.
is.
Directed by, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was going to
Oh,
add to that. Yeah.
all right. Directed by Frank LaLoggia, although I've heard LaLoggia as well, which doesn't
Oh,
sound right.
no, I think you're going to the good.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
And this director, he's the
Writer. He wrote it
he wrote it too.
and he did the score.
He did the score, and he is the grown-up version of the kid at the
So
beginning.
based on a true story.
Um, I read it's based on something he heard when he was a kid.
Okay.
So I don't know how true it was. Um, let's go through some of our cast here. Lucas Haas has been in nothing we've talked about. When we let that podcast Film Shake do our show and they did that
Hmm.
movie Solar Babies, he was in that. But we
Oh, okay.
technically have not met Lucas Haas.
Well, he's pretty much a face of the 80s.
Oh
He's
yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
good to see him coming around.
Although
And you know what? He's a great Frank.
he's fantastic. He's
Yeah.
so good. Like this is
Hmm.
I guess he parlayed it into a career where he's still acting, but
Hmm.
this is like a star-making performance, I'm gonna
Hmm.
say. Because
Hmm.
he's good. Like he's
Yeah.
really
Yeah, he
good.
does a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's not just him playing a scared kid. Like there are
Oh, it's
times where
so layered. Again,
yeah,
so layered.
yes, it is. It's a great performance.
Yes.
Phil is played by an actor named Len Cariou. He's a character actor. This movie is just filled with character actors, people you've seen all over the place. Like the
Right.
dad is Alex Rocco, and
Okay.
the only thing we've seen him in is apparently he was in Dream a Little Dream, but I think I blocked that
Was
movie
he?
out.
Oh, okay.
Don't know who he was in that. Maybe Jason Robards' old friend or something. I don't know. And only because we've talked about a Halloween episode, he was in 11 episodes of The Facts of Life for some reason.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was he like Natalie's uncle or something?
I don't know. I didn't look
Okay.
that deep into it. Really early, like season
Oh.
2.
Oh. I
So
wonder if he had something going on with Mrs. Garrett.
I think she probably would have been older for him. And well,
I
no.
don't
You know
know.
what? They're contemporary. I could see the two of them together.
I don't know. I'm
They'd make
just
a fine couple. And my brain, and I think I said this at the end of last episode, my brain had this so confused where I thought he was the uncle.
oh.
And this movie started, and I was like, oh no.
Did we meet him right away?
I was
Yeah.
like, his dad's the one that murdered these kids. And then the moment I saw Phil, I was like, oh no,
Oh,
it's
there we
that
go.
guy.
You get the trauma hit.
Yes. Because I distinctly one of the scenes I really remember.
Was the breakdown outside of the car?
Yes.
Sorry. Yes.
Yes. Watching
Yeah.
him get so angry in real time. I was like, oh man,
I think
great.
I remember. I think that was one of those things that I blocked out when I first watched it. When it came back on, I was like,
Mhm. Yeah.
ah.
Yeah. One thing that I had to stop myself from doing, having children all these years, is when they were kids, putting them in the car and staring at them through the window and then ducking. I used to think about this movie almost every time I put my kids in the car seat,
Wow.
and that's very upsetting.
Okay.
So Catherine Hellman, of course we know her as Mona. I will
Yeah.
try and first of all, I don't know what to refer to her as in this movie because the whole
She,
time I was calling her the lady in white, and that is
she's not.
incorrect.
She's not the titular character, which I kept saying she was. I was like, oh
Yeah,
yeah, Mona, the lady in white. They
yeah,
were the same
of course.
because she is a lady and she does wear white, but
She's
she's
wearing
not
white.
the lady in
No,
white.
she's wearing dirty old. She's the
When they
lady in
get
gray.
even when she first comes out, the real lady in white reveals herself. I'm like, is that a young Mona? A blonde Mona? It doesn't look like Mona.
Yeah,
And
I
as
was
they
like,
get closer and closer, I'm like, this is not
when
Mona.
we see photographs, I was like, why didn't they just get a younger picture of Mona? I was like, she was in soap and stuff. Like, she has older pictures they could have used. Why did they cast someone who looks nothing like Mona, not realizing it's a different person?
All the mother figures, well, except for the janitor's wife. Oh, and the mother that kills the janitor. Most of them are dead. His mother's dead,
Yeah,
right? There, would you say that?
there aren't a whole lot of
Females.
females in this movie.
Hmm.
If there are, they're basically ghosts.
Yeah.
Does this
Oh, but
movie
then
hate
his
women?
grandmother though,
Maybe.
who's pretty great. His
Oh
Nona's
yeah,
pretty
yeah, she's
great.
great. Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. So we only saw her in Overboard. Also, Jared
Nona was in
Rush.
Overboard?
Mona was in Overboard. Yeah,
Oh,
remember she was
Mona. I
her.
thought you said the Nona was in
No, no,
Overboard.
no, no, no,
I
no,
was like,
no. I looked into that woman. I looked into the old man, and they have filmography, but they're not like old timey famous actors like
okay.
put into this. Um, Also, it's almost an Overboard reunion
Mm.
because Jared Rushton, that bully kid,
Oh,
he was one
oh,
of those
that's
little
right. He's one of
turds
the
in Overboard.
sons. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And get that. Are you ready for this one? Because this
I'm
was
ready.
kind of, this blew me away. That teacher, her name is Lucy Lee Flippin. First of all, great name.
Wow, what an awesome name.
Fantastic. Okay, here we go. She was in My Mom's a Werewolf. She was in Bulletproof. Remember that action movie with what's his name? Where he took a
Benja-
bath with the lady at the beginning. Crazy. Oh my God. I confuse him
Nolte?
constantly
No.
with Nick Nolte.
Oh, no. Oh,
Gary Busey.
Gary Busey. Yeah.
Yes, she's in that. She's in Summer School. She's in Police Academy 2, and she was in Flashdance.
Well, I thought she did a great job
She
in
was
this. She's
great.
so fun to watch and
Uh-huh.
listen. And yeah,
And she's everywhere. She's like
yeah,
in
she's
town,
all
she's in
over.
church, she's
Yeah.
always like in the background of every
Hmm.
shot, I feel like. Yeah, so that is our that's our cast basically.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
All right. So, like you said, this is kind of, well, I'll say loosely based on the screenwriter, director's
Right.
life in a sense, in
Yeah.
a not right, right?
Yeah, I
Because
mean
the
I
beginning is him arriving at an
mhm,
airport, taking a flight or cabbie
yeah.
in a cab. He's a writer, right? The
Yep.
cabbie's like, "Oh, my
Hmm.
wife reads all your books. He
Oh,
writes like thriller
first of
suspense."
all, great, almost Rodney Dangerfield impression, which is what I think this guy's doing. When we hear this guy, I was like, did they get Rodney in to like dub some lines? But no, I think this guy's just doing an impression.
That's just how he is. He's a cabbie. They told him to do New York cabbie. That's what he came up with.
Also, where are they? Where is this movie?
Um,
It can, I mean, I'm
it must be the East Coast because the cabbie says,
right.
"How's life in
Yes.
Los Angeles?" So he must go
Yes.
home to wherever East Coast
Right.
he was. It doesn't present like a what is it? The North or more Boston-y. It doesn't present like it's probably,
No.
but then it's farmlandy. Maybe it's Pennsylvania.
But it's the ocean, right? Isn't that
Oh
the
yeah, the
ocean?
ocean. That cliff is by the
I
ocean. You're
didn't know if it
right.
was New Englandy or what, because at the very beginning of this movie, or when he flashes back right away, he's like, "Oh, 1962, it was great," and you could see the city
Oh
was only
yeah,
20 miles
the
away. And we see
city's
this
not
city,
far.
and I'm like, the city looks like it's from 1912 or something. Like it
Well, I
doesn't.
know it
There's like
does.
smokestacks, and I'm like, that's not New York City. That's not
No.
big enough to be Boston. I was like, I don't know what this is or
I
where
want to
this
be
was.
there though. With the whole
Oh, it's
beginning here
so,
where he's
yeah, it's
riding his
great.
bike and we meet Frank. So
Yes.
so first
So
we meet
yeah,
adult Frank essentially, who
right.
is taking a cab going back to his hometown and he and the cabbie do a great job of kind of settling us into what we have going on here, right?
Yes.
That this guy's a writer, that he's coming back home. He
Hmm.
stops at a graveyard or at a cemetery
Hmm.
and kind of starts to tell this story and then slowly fades out.
Is
But
he telling the the
yeah,
cabbie this entire story?
he's just yep, the cabbie's there and he's like, well, paid you.
Because he
Um
stops by two gravestones, and we see that the names on the gravestones are like the same name.
mhm.
Um, he doesn't visit his. I don't. Maybe it's because we've watched so many movies and so many bad comedies where at the end they have to tell you what every character's doing. I kind of wanted to know what happened at the end of this movie. Like, I wanted him to be like, and I don't need a downer on top of a downer, but I needed him to be like, and my brother was drafted into Vietnam and he was
You
killed or
needed
something
that.
like that.
Did you need that after
Well,
all of what
I
this movie
didn't, no, no,
gave
no.
you? This movie is just
It's not like he visits the grave of his
his mother.
grandparents.
No.
It's right, his mother or his
Well,
father or
but
anything.
this is the great. These are the
Ladies and
spirits that
ladies
led
and
him to
wives.
his career, which is what he's
Right.
here kind of reflecting on. So I'm
Yes.
not saying, and he's obviously going back home. I'm assuming, and maybe
Oh,
Nona
yeah,
and
maybe
Papa
he
are
is
doing good.
visiting. Yeah, why
Yeah,
is he? He didn't fly all the way to visit
just
gravestones
exactly.
because
Let's
he
think
says
this
like, "Hey,
through.
why don't you pull in right here for a minute?" So,
Yes,
okay, good. I hope he's there to visit his brother and his brother's family.
I bet that's what it
Okay,
is.
good. All right. That actually makes me feel better about the end of this
Good.
movie. I like a movie that just cuts the credits great. I'm never going to complain about it. But with this, I was
You
like,
wanted some more follow through.
oh, yeah.
You're
It
looking
doesn't
for
even
it.
go back to him as an adult being like, all right,
No, he doesn't
let's
wrap it
hop
up.
back in this
No, well,
cab and
again,
go.
I feel like by the end of this movie, we have done so
Oh,
much.
I'm
And I'm
exhausted.
just like,
I've gone 12
we've
rounds with
reunited
this movie, right?
souls. We've ruined friendships. I mean, when we
We've
discover
destroyed
what
families.
families, yeah. I mean, there's just, it's a lot. I don't need to wrap up.
Yeah,
I see. I
there's
see
a
what's
lot of
happening.
unanswered questions. I hope the wife of the janitor is just wounded and
Oh,
it
yeah.
will
I
be
don't know how
okay.
that's going to work out. Yeah.
I mean, she was shot in the shoulder.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway.
Anyway.
Oh yeah. So we flash back to, I think it says 1962.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this movie is great because it really like establishes the town, because at first we're just going into diners and we're just like meeting the mailman
Oh,
and
and it's beautiful. It's
yes.
fall in some kind of quaint little
Hmm.
local town that we're
Oh
meeting the
yeah.
lady the waitress that works at the diner that feeds the dogs
I
outside
love how she
the
just like throws
it's
plates in the back and
yes,
dogs just
yes.
run to eat. It's
Uh-huh.
wonderful.
Uh-huh. It's a great I again when I'm first watching this I'm like this is a great I want to know what goes on in this town.
Yeah.
Lady in White hangs
Hmm.
out in this town. I want to know about it.
Right.
And
Yeah.
then we meet Frankie's again I was lured into this movie because it's based on an Italian family. We meet Frankie's Italian family. He's got a brother Gino Um,
Okay.
and his dad, his grandpa lives with his nona and his nona. Um, and yeah, let me see. What did I write about the old? Oh, this is so it's clear he's kind of the favorite, right? Like even when the dad looks
Oh.
at Frankie, he's like little apple of my eye kind of thing. And I didn't know at first. I was like, is this his mom? No, we find out his mom has passed. So he lives with
Hmm.
his dad and his Italian
Right.
grandparents. And
Yes.
again, it looks like they have some kind of farm life situation. They have a good,
There's
beautiful
just
plot
a
of land,
cow. There's just a cow outside. The camera, like, at one point, pulls away from the house to reveal the old man who's sneaking a cigarette behind the
which I
barn.
love.
And then
Yeah.
there's just a cow, which appears to be on the outside of the fence where the road is.
Just letting you know they've got a good, quiet life.
Yes. And
That's
it
what they're
takes a little
establishing.
while to understand that his dad runs an, I'm going to call it a cemetery gate building company.
It's called steelwork. He's a
Okay.
steelworker.
All right.
He does
Because
build the cemetery gate, which is sort of,
yes,
it's there
I
we
liked
go.
it. Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
too. I do. So again, we meet this adorable town, this Italian family living on this little farm. I'm in.
Mhm.
I'm like,
Oh yeah.
I love this movie already. And then Frankie and his brother it is a long commute for them to get to work or to school rather. They ride their bikes. It's
It's
fall
so
again, so it's
long.
beautiful. But it's again, I was like, they're going through, let me see. I think I wrote some down. Let's see.
Go ahead, you
They
list them.
go they first of all it's Halloween, so
Yeah.
we
Oh yeah,
established
yeah.
that because as
It's
they're
Halloween.
riding through
He has to bring, I believe it must be a school assignment. He has to bring a giant jack-o'-lantern into class. And I was like, well, that's awkward. And then when he gets to class, every kid
everyone
has
brought one
one.
in. Yeah. Yeah.
He's also dressed as a vampire.
With a cool vampire
It's
mask though. It's
pretty
very
cool and creepy and like it looks
visually the
wrinkly
beginning.
and gross.
Yeah, and
Yes.
really, yeah, visually the this movie is very, very I enjoyed it. And
Yeah.
I mean until people start floating and it
Well,
looks really
right.
80s,
But
but
as you said, it settles you into this like wholesome
mm,
town
hmm.
until it shows you like the disgusting underbelly of what is actually
Bad
going
news.
on.
It's bad news.
But it feels real and it feels lived in, and yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
I
it's
like it a lot.
nice.
Yeah.
So
But
on their
they
way to
oh yeah,
school,
go
they
ahead.
see kids in costumes. They get
Hmm.
sprayed by a hose. They get
Yep.
chased by dogs. They go
Yep.
through dangerous intersections where an accident happens, not because of them necessarily, but because the herd of dogs that was chasing them follows
Yeah.
them. They scare the Catholic school kids.
Yep. All the
There's a whole
Catholic school
Catholic.
kids. Yeah, and poor Lucas Haas. What's his name in here?
He's just
Frankie.
booking behind Frankie. He's just booking it behind his brother. His brother's the lead man on the bike, and Frankie's
Yes.
just following
His
where
brother
Gino goes.
causes the trouble and then he gets the repercussions because when they go by a lady who's just like watering her plants, the
Hmm.
brother goes by and then Frankie does, and this woman turns this hose loose on Frankie and
Hmm.
soaks this little kid.
Hmm.
And his brother parts the like the parting of the Red Sea. He parts these religious children and
Hmm.
drives right through, and they all beat his little brother with notebooks as he
Yeah.
rides by. So it is kind of fun.
Yeah.
And then his
Yeah.
brother scares him into driving through wet cement.
Yeah, the brother puts on a wolf mask then and hides behind an alleyway,
Uh-huh.
and that's what happens. He gets stuck now in some wet cement, and
Yeah.
the brother's reaction is, "Please don't tell dad." And I'm like, he's got cement all over his bike,
Oh,
all over his face. How is no one going to find out about this? He didn't
and
fall into a
first
puddle
of all,
where he's just a
that
little wet.
who would have known that that is the least of his problems
Yeah,
that day?
yeah,
But
that's
you're right.
true.
Like the thing I couldn't believe is he then goes to school and I'm like, you're covered head to toe in cement.
How did this
And you're
work
just,
out for you?
this is your day now.
Yeah, yeah, this is just well, there you go. You're right though. Sets the tone for the day because from
Hmm.
here, like you said, I think is it next in the classroom where it's
Oh,
classroom chaos?
they
Yeah, it's
it's a
an out of
disaster.
control. It's
It
an out
is
of control
it,
party.
kids are just sitting on the floor like jamming cupcakes into their mouths, screaming at the
But
top of
she
their
blows that
lungs.
whistle. She
Yeah.
blows that whistle and they all attention.
Oh,
They're
of
ready.
course. Yeah.
And she blows the whistle so that Frankie could read his story out loud to everyone. And
This
his
is a
story
real, this is a real like, guess what? This kid's gonna take a little off my plate at the end of the day. His teacher's like, Frankie, I heard you wrote some shit that these kids do not care about,
No,
but
no.
I'd
Well, the
like you
one
to
little
read your
angel girl
story.
does. The
Oh
one little
yeah,
Gaga angel girl's all
yes,
into it.
yeah.
But he reads this story he wrote about a sea monster that takes over England and
It is the town of London.
oh, the
He's like
town of
in
London.
a place called
Britland.
London.
Hmm.
It's like great, you've established it for these kids. We do see two bullies that are bullies and they're jerks. But everybody, like by the end of his story, they're all kind of at rapt attention. Like they're kind of
Even the
all into
teacher.
this.
Even the teacher. Yeah, because he tells this story about how this horrible sea monster attacked the town, but then in the end the sea monster was defeated and then he does this little which alludes to the ending of this movie. But
Hmm.
what if there were baby sea monsters and there's more sea monsters and there's da, 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 da.
Oh, and those kids
Right?
like, oh, we're gonna have to hear a sequel at
Yeah.
Christmas from this kid.
Well, and I think the bullies are like enough's enough with with our special Frankie guy. So I guess this is the thing. They hide his hat in the coat room.
Yes.
Um,
This movie made me think so many times of like the Wonder Years. It made me
mm-hmm,
think of A Christmas Story all the
mm-hmm,
time with these bullies. Like just all this stuff that takes place around the same time period. And the idea of this school, and again, I mean, we're talking about 1962. I don't
mm-hmm.
know. I don't know the time period, but a separate giant closet where kids hung their coats that had two
It's the coat
entrances, two
closet.
ways
It's the
in,
coat
two ways
closet,
out.
man.
Yeah. And the fact that apparently nobody ever locked schools. Like, I guess in the 60s, you never needed to lock schools up. You could just go back later and get your hat. Who cares? It's totally fine.
Well, it wasn't that much. That was another thing is nighttime came pretty quickly, I
Oh,
thought.
nighttime comes
So,
quickly. You run through those woods and it's nighttime. It
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
matter whenever you're
Wait,
shooting
which
bow
woods?
and
The
arrow
woods.
with your uncle.
Oh, right.
That's during the day. But if you run through the woods and you get to that cliff, it's suddenly middle of the night. It's
Foggy,
10
foggy
p.m.
as fuck.
That's when we hear the chimes, the little girl, I'm like, it's 10 p.m. already. What time were they out shooting? This is like late fall. The sun sets rather early.
Oh man. So Frankie does leave. The class gets dismissed. The teacher, again, she's excellent.
Hmm.
Even her delivery
Great.
of her teachery, her
Yep.
dress, everything. She dismisses the class and oh, but also reminds them to dress warm on Monday because they're fixing the furnace in the boiler room. So it's like, and she, when she says it, I'm like, I feel like we're going to need to know this information. Thank you, teacher, for providing
Yeah.
it.
This movie is confusing too because at one point the bullies say that he'll get out of the closet tomorrow at school. But everybody
Oh,
seems
right.
to be preparing for a long weekend.
Yep.
I was a little bit confused. I don't know why this teacher has 400 books that she's taking out to her car
Oh,
at the
yeah.
end, and he's helping her, this nerd.
Again, just the same adoring eyes that the dad gives Frankie, the teacher gives Frankie. These like, oh,
Yeah.
Frankie. There's this. We mentioned the girl. It's Halloween. There's a girl dressed like an
Oh,
angel. She seems to have a bit of a crush on Frankie. She says
uh-huh.
something like, which is actually very charming. I might use that line on my husband. I wish someday I could be as weird as you, or something like that.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It's not an insult because he's even like, thanks.
Yeah, he's kind
Thanks.
of into it. He's like,
Appreciate it.
yeah, appreciate.
And
Yeah,
also, she dismisses them to get their coats. I love how she's like, we're going to dismiss you guys in halves, A through M.
alphabetical order. That's
A
how we do
through
it.
M is the entire
Yeah,
class except for
it's like
him
three
and
people.
this
Yeah,
girl.
yeah.
Yeah, so
But
he
when he
goes in, he doesn't notice that his hat is missing. He grabs his coat,
no, he's just
helps his
ready to go.
teacher carry all the books out.
Hmm.
And then these bullies are such horrible bullies, but also I found it
The
hilarious how
fake
they
laugh of the bully.
yes.
Did you happen to check for your hat?
It's so
So
the fact that these
awful.
two have a scheme where they're like, we're gonna sit him down and we're gonna be like, boy, it's getting awfully chilly, and I'll put on my earmuffs and you put on your hat,
And
and
then he'll
that's when
check
we'll
for
be like,
his,
hey, do
and
you
then
have something to cover up your little sweet head?
and then Frankie too is like, I'll just get it on Monday.
Yeah,
Like, no skin
right.
off my back. And they're like, you're gonna
Very
need to go back
sensible.
and get that hat.
Yes. You'll get it on Monday. What are you, how do you possibly survive a weekend without a hat?
Now, again, if the town knew, and maybe these kids don't read the papers, like the whole idea of locking him in the school is even scarier, knowing that there's a killer that comes to the
Yes.
school. But we don't,
Yes.
at this point, they're locking him in the school just for the the scary state of locking
Right.
him in the school. It's not like they're like, oh, because maybe that crazy
Right.
killer will come after
Yeah.
him. It's just like,
What's
yeah,
even weirder is that it appears that I'm assuming no parent in town ever sat their kid down and is like, listen,
yeah.
apparently
You
there's a
leave the
killer
school
on the
building,
loose.
and
Like
he
once a year, a child is murdered. So just like be careful, just be aware, be alert. But
mm-hmm.
no, apparently he's had no idea that any children were ever murdered in
Mm-mm,
this town that he
mm-mm.
lives
And
in.
the other kids, the bullies don't. So when they lock him in, um, again, they just think they're playing a mean prank.
Hmm.
It's not just a big coat closet. It's a gorgeous coat
It's a
closet. The window
walk-in coat
that's on
closet.
top
Oh
that he
yeah.
looks at that
Uh-huh.
overlooks the graveyard, if
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken.
It's
It's not a bad place to get stuck for the night, Frankie, if I'm being honest. A little scary, maybe.
I
But
mean, if you're like 9 years old, that's scary.
I'm not saying
That's
it's not scary. I'm
terrifying.
not saying it's not scary. I'm just saying, from my point of view, looking at it, I was like, well,
You're
that's,
there are worse places you could be
I get,
trapped
I get.
overnight, is what
Hmm.
you're
Hmm.
saying.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah, and these bullies, like, I mean, it's one thing to lock this kid in the closet and scare him, and then you let him out. You
Hmm.
know,
Hmm.
we see them walking away through the graveyard
Hmm.
laughing about this. And I'm like, wait, you're really gonna leave him there overnight?
Yeah.
What lesson are
On
you
Halloween
teaching him?
night.
Yeah.
On Halloween
What
night.
did he do to you? Are you teaching
I
him
don't
not
know.
to write bad stories that he's going to read in class anymore?
This is the nature of the bully. Am I
I
right?
guess. I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
So when he's first in there, it's just like he's kind of establishing his little where he's going to hang out, maybe, because he's overlooking, like I said, out this window of the view. But then he starts to hear some things.
Yeah, I gotta say,
Then,
Jamie, if I'm stuck in that closet, I don't know if I like where he positioned himself. I
what's
don't
in there in the
I don't
corner?
know if I would like to be
I
near a
like the window
window
view.
where I look out at a cemetery all
Death is
night
his
long.
friend, though, with his mom recently passed. Now, wait, when does he have the mom vision?
That
Is that
is
now?
that's now. Yeah, that's
Okay.
now because
Okay.
he does end up falling asleep, of course.
Yes, yeah, with his little mask on.
Mm-hmm.
And he remembers his mom's funeral, and he
Mm-hmm.
dreams that he is at the funeral, but then he sees her and she's alive and she's knitting him a shirt or something.
Yeah, something.
He sees his dad and his brother, like these like porch doors open, and they're like, "Hey!" And she's like, "Hold on, I just got to give this special thing to Frankie that I made
This
him."
this movie is beautiful. I'm gonna say it's a
Yes.
gorgeous movie. Like
Yes, yes.
there are certain things they're doing with set design. Like you said,
Mm-hmm.
the doors open and it's a cornfield about 3 feet from the door.
Mm-hmm.
And his dead brother are playing ball, but they're standing about a foot away from each other, throwing the
Mm-hmm.
ball back and forth. But it's so cool and it's like surreal and it feels like a dream. And later, when he's dreaming of the little girl and he's in the cemetery and there's like a matte painting of mountains in the
Oh
background. It's
yeah,
like
yeah,
it's
and it's
so
like,
cool. It
yeah,
feels like a
yeah.
fairy tale.
I
Yeah.
agree. I agree. Yeah, yeah. It's beautiful, beautiful movie.
Yeah.
Just like he's a beautiful boy. This
Uh,
is a beautiful movie.
yes, just like and nobody can stop telling him how beautiful he is.
I mean, with
I
those
can't
big
stop
almond
talking.
eyes. Yeah,
I
how
can't stop
beautiful this
talking to
movie
people
is.
about how beautiful this movie is.
So this dream of his mother ends, of course, in sadness because he hugs his
Yes.
mother. It's very, again, for someone dealing with grief, this
Oh,
is a movie that helps kind of take you through
yeah.
the process a little bit. I'm
Hmm.
not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It's so layered. So he hugs his mother and asks something like, you're never gonna leave me or something like that. And she's like, no,
Hmm.
I would never go. And then he like looks at her, like the angel version of her, and then turns and he looks and he sees his mom in the casket,
Hmm.
and then he turns and he like wakes up and he's crying because
Oh yeah.
his mom's gone.
Yeah.
So but then more noises.
Yeah. You
He's
thought that
awakened
dream
to
was
what's really,
scary.
yeah. Wait till you see the hologram girl you're about to see, who gets first just walks around singing. She's singing. So you're like, what are you doing, kid? What's going on?
Yeah.
She
You
sees
know
him.
something's bad.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, she does. She sees him and
Mm-hmm.
notices him,
Mm-hmm.
but she's also talking to somebody else
Yeah.
too.
It's just somebody who's really going to hurt her next. Then we
Mm,
watch this girl get
don't,
choked
I
by
don't
an
like this.
invisible. I don't like it
I don't
one
like watching
bit.
this at all.
I don't either. There's a lot of that. That too. There's a lot of like even later when she's screaming for her mother over
Yeah.
the cliff. I'm like, as a kid, this is the traumatic. Watching a little girl
So,
get, and
yeah.
again, he like strangles her and then carries her, and
I
she's
was so
yelling, "No,
glad
please
this was rated
stop!"
PG-13. I thought this was rated for PG for some reason.
No,
And I'm
this
watching
is
this girl and she is crying for her mother before she's strangled.
yeah,
And
yeah.
then we see her get lifted up, which now we just have to watch a dead girl get carried
Get
around so
carried.
much in
Yeah,
this
yeah.
movie. But we don't really see where they're going because he's trapped in this closet. But he
Hmm.
sees her get carried away. But also during the struggle, the strangulation, he hears something fall down
Oh
into
yeah.
the vent
Hmm.
that is in the closet, like the
Hmm.
floor vent there. And then a dark figure walks into the closet. This is now not a dream, not a
No,
ghost.
now we're
It's a,
back in reality.
right.
Uh-huh.
It's
And
a
there is a
person.
person. There's a real
Hmm.
person, and it's not, yeah. And he's trying to hide. There's a moment where a mouse comes and sits on his
Oh
lap, and he's
God.
trying not to scream because there's a mouse or a rat on him,
Yeah.
and he's like, but eventually the person sees him
Hmm.
and now has to try to kill him
Yeah.
because he's seen him.
Yeah.
So,
This guy, this person, we don't know
hmm.
who it is, is down on the ground, appears to be fidgeting with that grate,
Uh-huh.
and then sees him and, like I said, or we said before, lifts him up, puts him
Yes.
on the ground, and starts to strangle what appears
Starts
to be a
choking him.
vampire
Yeah,
because he
yeah.
can't see who the kid is.
Right, right, right,
But it's a witness to whatever he's doing.
right.
So he decides to try and kill this kid.
Hmm.
And then this kid has this dream where
Uh-huh.
he's fly. I mean, there's a lot of green screen work in this movie. It looks like shit, but still it's fine. For
Well,
the
it,
time,
for
it's
them though, I bet it didn't. But yes, it does. Yes.
fine.
Yeah. So he, he, you kind of, is this when you see his eyes turn into flames? No, that's
Hmm.
later.
His eyes turn into a lot. At one point, I think they turn into like the head of the ghost girl,
Oh,
and they do
yes,
turn into
yes.
flames at one point. Yeah, there's a lot
No.
of that. And sometimes the only thing that I'm not really, or not the only thing, but the worst part of this movie is when there's a voiceover.
Oh,
I
you're
don't feel like
distracted
that's
by it.
necessary. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I just wanted to put that out there. But
Yeah. Because
we
there's a
could,
couple of times when I think it's meant to be, but also I think it's the guy's voice or whoever it is that was the narrator. It doesn't come off as like, it almost is like, just stop. Just let me watch
yeah,
what's happening here
you're
because he's
telling me
kind
what
of
I'm seeing right now.
right,
I
exactly,
don't need
exactly.
this.
So I thought he was like passing over,
Oh,
going
yeah,
on
so
to
did
the
I.
afterlife
Yeah.
because he starts flying and things get very hot. He's very
Oh,
sweaty.
he's
He's
flying toward the
dripping
sun.
sweat.
Yes.
Yes. He sees his dad, he sees his brother, he sees
Oh, how
the
about the bullies?
bullies
Oh,
visiting his
oh my
gravestone.
God. That is so,
And
that
I
was
like it when he
so,
floats down behind them
yes, he
because
floats
he's
down
still
behind the
floating.
bullies where he's like, I saw the bullies and they were laughing and their laughter turned to tears as they were standing looking at my grave. Oh my God. These kids have to be devastated.
I know. But then, is it at his grave that he sees the little girl?
Yeah.
Because the
Uh-huh.
bullies leave, and then he's still standing at the grave, and then he says he heard it again. There's some kind of noise that he hears whenever he sees her, right? Or some kind of smelly smell, some kind of feeling he gets
Okay.
when he
All right.
knows that she's nearby.
Yeah.
And she is standing by her grave,
Mm-hmm.
and she is Melissa, and she wants him to help her find her mom. She
Yeah,
can't find her
yes.
mom.
Yeah, she keeps
And
saying,
he's
help me
like, I
find
just want to
her.
go home in my
Yeah.
bed. I just want
Yes.
this day to be done.
Yeah. It's like it's
Like,
been a lot. Did I tell
uh-huh.
you about the cement? I didn't even
Yeah,
tell you about the
exactly.
cement. And I just met you and I believe you were murdered, but let me tell you what I got going on.
Yeah, let me tell you here.
Yeah. And then
Um,
it quickly flashes to him being
getting
resuscitated by
mouth to
his
mouth from his
dad.
dad. Yeah.
Again, this is why I thought his dad was the killer.
No,
It's like,
but the
how did his dad
dad
get there?
and the dad, I do love the dad does a great job because he's scared
Oh,
for his
yeah.
son.
Yeah.
And so he revives his son. They found him,
Hmm.
and the dad keeps saying, like, I know what happened. I know the killer tried to kill you. I know exactly what happened here. Because he's like, Dad, stuff happened. He's like, I know. But he doesn't know
Uh-huh.
the other layer. And he
No,
even knows because he's like, no, Dad, I didn't go in the closet. The bullies put me in. He's like, I know that too. They confessed.
yeah, they confessed. Yeah, and to talk to them, I made
Yeah.
a few phone calls,
Hmm.
and they confessed. And also, I know the killer tried to kill you. And I wanted the kid to be like, a killer? What are you
Yeah.
talking about? You knew there was a killer on the loose?
Well, he's not. He goes in so the dad revives him and the cops are
Right.
there and I do like they're trying to figure out who it is and there's a drunk janitor who happens to be
Yes.
African American in the basement who is asleep and right away they're like
Yes.
he's our guy. He's been here all night. And
Hmm.
he's even like I was too drunk to do
Yep.
anything.
Nope. An
Yeah.
alibi that never works is I got too drunk and I fell asleep.
Yeah.
Nope.
So but I guess initially Frankie's in a bad way, maybe a little bit unconscious. He's home, but the dad is at work and somebody comes and tells him like your boy wants to talk to you. So he's finally
Right.
awake. And
Yes.
that's when he tries to tell his dad about the things that he's done and the dad's like I already know. I already know as
I
you said.
love how I guess in 1962 the doctors would have been like, well, he's still unconscious, but you can take him home if
Yeah,
you
we'll give
want.
him
Like
this
it's
neck brace.
fine,
He'll be
right?
okay.
Let's just put this neck brace on him. I mean, people do come out of comas. We'll see, but it'll be more comfortable at home,
Well, yeah, with Nona's cooking and she's checking
right?
on him and doting on him. Yeah, if you had a choice to be at home with your Italian grandmother or in a hospital, you go home with your Italian grandmother. Let's be real. That's what's
Okay,
going to heal you. Some pastina,
just jamming it into his mouth.
it's the Italian way.
Yeah.
Um anyway,
So yeah, this is
this
also
is
when
when he
his
finds out he
brother
makes headlines. Yeah.
brother runs in with the newspaper and
Yes.
said you could have made it an even dozen kids that were molested and
And
murdered.
murdered, right. But instead you're the one that got away.
Yeah.
And the dad's like, would you just knock it off? Even the grandmother's like, why you calling your brother a pig or whatever? Like, why you call him a frog? I called him a
Yeah.
toad. He's a frog.
Yeah. It's like, boy, this is way too light for this kid that just came to.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and they're done with. They don't want to talk about the murders.
Right.
Like they're like, put the paper away. We're
Hmm.
healing. We're working on his recovery. We don't want to. And but later, he goes and digs the paper out of the.
Oh, yeah.
Like he
Also,
digs it
right
out of the trash.
before
Oh, go ahead.
this, there are some real quick cuts because before this, again, don't know how long he's been unconscious, but right before this, it's like, and Mr. Janitor, you're convicted on 11 counts of
Oh,
murder.
that's
I
right.
was like,
That's right.
what? What? Already? That was a
Yeah.
quick
They went right
trial.
after. Well, and later the cop, because the dad's got these two friends will meet them later. The one cop is like, I mean, we haven't solved this case in the last 10 years. Might
Oh,
as well blame a black guy, which is
l-
awful.
later on,
Awful
I'm
to
like,
say. But they literally say that. They
Mr.
literally
Policeman,
say
I
that.
believe you said the quiet part out loud there. Like, you should
Yeah.
have kept that to yourself.
Yeah. It was awful. Awful to
Like,
hear that.
we
But
all know
they
why you're
literally
doing it,
say
but
that.
maybe
Yeah.
don't say it out loud.
Yeah. They literally say that. It's
Yeah,
awful.
that was crazy. But yes, 11 counts of murder and one count of assault.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
Although I do
man.
like it does look like, and I'm not saying that he does a fine enough job, the actor who plays the janitor, but when he is convicted and he's crying, it just looks like they
He,
just came
he
over and freshly sprayed his eyes and his
he
whole face.
seems unbothered and
He is doing his
unaffected
best.
by any of the events in this movie.
It might have
Again,
been like because this movie is so racist, I can't believe I'm in it. Might have felt like that a little
yes.
bit for that guy,
And maybe
but
this guy's a fine actor, but the look on his face when he's been convicted of 11 murders is the same as when he's been acquitted. And the same as,
oh yeah,
as when he sees a woman pull a gun out in front of him.
it's that look of like I don't know, I don't know,
He's just unfazed. He's like, I
yeah,
am the only black man in this
in the
town.
whole
Like
town,
it's insane.
yeah.
This is not how you deal with race relations in your ghost movie for children. Maybe don't even deal with it in this movie.
Yeah,
Couldn't it
let's
have just
not.
been a white janitor?
Even later, the dad's watching the news, and again, part of me like appreciates, okay, this is like a whole
Oh,
thing
yeah.
here. Yeah,
Yes.
we're
Where
getting
it's
into
like
it. I like it. Yeah,
yeah,
we
it's the
gotta
first black
address it.
man to go to college or something like
Mm.
that, and the National Guard's called in. I'm like,
Well,
oh
because
boy,
it's
this
like a
movie's
To Kill a
really trying to
Mockingbird.
say something.
Yeah, it's like a moment where even the dad's kind of like, because the dad even says, I don't think he did it. I think he's wrongly accused and whatever.
You bring up To
Um,
Kill a Mockingbird. I am kind of shocked that his dad isn't this man's lawyer. Like that would only make sense for this movie. Because he really is the only guy that's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm not sure this guy did strangle my son.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody else is like,
He's like,
we're
I'm
gonna kill
buying that he
him.
was loaded.
We're
Yeah.
gonna kill his wife. What's that, kids? Oh, we can kill them too.
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah, it's a
Um,
lot. But yeah,
right.
this is when he looks in the paper and he sees this Melissa girl is one of the pictures.
Yes. So now he's putting it all together. He is solving crimes. Like, first of all,
Yeah.
he saw a bit when he was in the closet. So he's piecing
Hmm.
all the puzzle pieces together, if you will.
How about when he's
Um,
reading the newspaper article and the newspaper article's like, yeah, there's been also rumors of a ghost who hangs out at Makeout Point where the
oh yeah, yeah,
teens
yeah.
like to hang out. Like, why is there a story
Again, this is
about a
all the
ghost?
information that he's collecting so that he
Yes.
can solve his own case.
Right.
Then he gets a visit because he's still in the neck bracelet in the bed, and he
Hmm.
gets a visit from, I guess, his two uncles. They're like close friends of the dad. They're just two older men that
They're
come
the
by.
they're the two men who are building the gate at the beginning of this.
Okay.
So
So they
they
work with the
work, yeah,
dad.
right, right,
Yeah.
yes.
And they clearly know the family well.
Uh-huh.
And um they come to visit and check in on old Frankie.
Hmm.
And then the men have kind of a heartfelt, well, two of them, the suspicious man and the dad have kind of a heartfelt conversation where the dad talks about like the fear of losing his
Yes.
kids, and he got close to the one guy because that guy's parents died. Maybe
Yeah.
that's why he's killing kids, because he
Yeah, we find out that Phil's parents died when he was young, and
and
then
he
he
came
had to
to
go
live with
live with
uh-huh
what's the dad's name? Do we know?
Angelo.
Angelo. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
they grew up together. They were like
Hmm.
brothers. I do like how this scene starts with the three of them. And it's
Hmm.
almost like the writer slash director was like, I have three characters here, but it should really be a heartfelt conversation between these two. Because at one point, the one chubbier guy's like, this is just too much. I
I
don't even want to
got
think about it. And he walks right off
yeah, and he
set.
just there's he's
Yes.
done. He's done.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we find out how close Phil is to this
This
family.
is where it gets again. This movie is becoming a little more intense
Oh
because we're
yeah.
now
Yeah.
talking about there's a race relations, and now there's this deep grief that the father's
Mm-hmm.
feeling, and these paternal feelings of like
Yeah.
worry about his kids, and you're like, oh, okay, this isn't just like
Oh
a
yeah.
movie about a
No.
kids and seeing some ghosts. Like
Yeah.
this is
And you would assume that if you're a child and you lose your parents at, I believe, the same time at a young age, it would have some serious psychological
mm-hmm,
effects on you. But
mm-hmm.
Phil seems just fine, so let's not worry about that.
Does he? Does he?
I think he's
Uh,
okay.
this is the dad watches the TV now with what we
Right.
talked about, and then Frankie's getting a little bit better, but he still gets ready for rest in his bed, and he gets a little visitor. We know at
He
first.
does get ready for rest the way I get ready for rest, which is just like looking at Frankenstein and looking at the
Oh yeah,
Wolfman and looking at the
all his
Dracula.
little characters
I do
around his
like
room.
how that like makes him comfortable. He's like, oh, I can
Yeah,
go to sleep now.
yeah. Now I feel like I can rest, right?
He has fallen asleep, but then he
Mm-hmm.
wakes up
Mm-hmm.
because he sees. So wait a second. Okay,
Oh, this is
so
the froggy place. This is when he sees Lady in White for the first time, right? Well, first she comes to visit him.
yes, because she's like playing with his
Little girl.
toys and
Yeah.
putting on his slippers, but we don't see her.
No, we
Like
just see her moving
she's,
the things around in
yeah.
his room.
So
Yeah.
she's now
Like later when she
invisible.
types him a note on his
Oh,
typewriter.
yeah. You can just talk to him. You know that, right? Like
Yeah.
you have communicated before this. But you're right in that then we see that Mona is just standing at his window.
Yeah.
So I write in my notes, as I'm sure you do,
Lady in
Lady in
White.
White. Yes. And
Hmm.
we'll get
I
into
did.
it. Like, I don't even want to get into this right now, but I assumed that that Mona was a ghost.
Yes. Yes.
Great. Okay,
Yeah.
good. So we're both on the
She's not
same
alive.
page
Right.
at this point in the
Hmm.
movie.
Hmm. Hmm.
All right, fantastic.
And it's part of this, like I'm thinking that now that he's had this one experience, when he dreams at night, he
Hmm.
can kind of connect to the spirits a little more.
Yes,
Yeah.
because now we suddenly like our main character's asleep in this movie, and we follow Mona because
Yeah.
Mona goes through the woods
Yep. the very foggy woods. Or,
Yes,
yeah.
the woods are the only foggy place in
Yep.
this movie, but it's
Hmm.
always foggy there
It is.
during the night, in the middle of the day. Anytime you
Anytime.
enter, you're going to be running through fog.
Hmm.
But she goes to sort of a dilapidated house,
Hmm.
and we see cliffs
Mm.
where the little girl was tossed. We heard that in the newspaper
Yes.
article
Yes.
that she was
Yes.
thrown over these cliffs.
And there's a house. There's a
Hmm.
charming little, well, in
Well,
depending on when you're looking at it.
yep. If we're looking at it in 1962, it looks horrible.
Yeah, it's
I guess in
dilapidated.
1953, it would look great.
Yeah, it's adorable little cliff
Yes.
beachy house.
Hmm.
Um, and that's over there. Um, now, okay, you're right. So she's, I'm thinking Lady in White Mona is a ghost, an
Of
apparition.
course. Yeah.
But
How would you not? The movie's called Lady in White.
in
We
white, and here
finally
we've
saw a
met a
Lady in White.
flowing white, yes.
Hmm.
And we figure she's got something to do with all the other ghosts she sees.
We've already seen ghosts. Right.
This is now the year is they kind of do a little and the year went continued and Christmas
Oh,
came, right?
wow. You're right. Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah,
The
because it's
teachers
like,
for
and
some
then,
reason when they're doing the there's we have the narrator that is kind of also
yes.
prepping us for like and then the days just go like the year does. But for
Hmm.
some reason as they're telling us how the times change and Christmas came, the teacher's doing limbo in the classroom with the
All
kids.
right.
Like I guess
Let's
this
let's get there in 1 second because there's just
okay.
a couple little things here. So suddenly these child murders are the talk of the town once again because they
Oh
all go
yeah,
to
the court
church.
case. Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
they all go
Uh-huh.
to church, and this minister. Wait, is that what they call it at a Catholic? I don't know the
Priest.
Catholic
A
term.
priest.
Okay, he's
Priest.
a priest. Okay, so this priest. So this priest is like,
Preacher.
hey, everything. I know there's some bad stuff, but that kid
Yeah.
right there, Frankie, look at him. He's
Yeah,
he's doing
exactly. Look at
great.
him. We got to thank God that he's alive.
Yes,
And this is a very sensitive subject for this
it
town
really
because
is.
literally their children get murdered every
There's
year.
at least 11 families that are probably in that church and
Yes.
they're listening to this. And one lady pipes up and is like, whoa, 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 hold on a second here.
And
My
she does. She
kid's
pretty
dead.
much is like, we're all so glad that he's alive, but I lost my son. They're all immigrants too. A lot of immigrants in
Yes.
this town.
Yep.
She's like, I lost my son, and no one seems to give a shit about
No.
that. Why do we have to be happy for him? And you could see like Frankie's dad and Frankie's brothers all like, oh yeah, this is awkward now. This is
Yep. Uh-huh.
awkward
Yeah,
now.
Frank had a big
Yeah.
smile on his face till now.
Yeah.
And that smile's gone. And this woman turns around. I'm like, oh no, did they make the black people sit in the back of the church?
They
Because it's
do, and they
horrible.
still attend, even though he's accused of
Yes.
murder. His whole family and he is at the back of the church. Or
Oh,
no, is he at the back or is it just his wife? Is he
oh,
already in
he's
jail?
in jail,
Oh,
Jamie.
that's right. It's just his wife.
Yes. Yeah.
But she
It's
turns
not
to
just
him.
his wife and her kids are
Yes.
there.
And she just is like, because of your husband, the murderer or whatever. It's
Yes.
not a good day at church. It's not the best day at church.
It's not
But
great because even
you
she and
said
her
it
kids
first.
are
You got to
like,
bring it back to the priest. Like,
even she
let's,
and her kids are like, let's just head
yeah,
out the
exactly. We
back.
got to
Like, that's
get out of
okay.
here, Ma. This is weird. This lady is so angry.
Oh
It's a
my
grieving
God.
mom. It's a powerful thing.
Yeah.
Um, but
And
yeah,
then, and the mother, the janitor's wife, she faints in the back. It's just too much for
it's
her.
a lot. It's a
Yeah.
very overwhelming.
And everybody
Yes.
just stares at her, except for Frankie's wonderful father, who rushes to her and like
He's a kind
helps her
man.
up and walks her
Right.
outside.
Right. He's a kind man.
Frankie, at one point, I don't know when he does this. Again, you have access to this school at any point, 24 hours a day, I guess. He's like, hey, wait a second. Maybe I should go back to that vent, dig around inside
Oh,
there.
yes. At some point, he goes to the vent and he finds like a little treasure of stuff, mostly
Yes.
kids' toys, as he tells
Yes.
somebody who is like, but also a ring. And he kind of
Hmm.
puts them, he keeps them with him. Does he go to the tree yet? His thinking tree?
Oh my God,
Yes.
that's in just a minute. Yes.
Yes.
But I,
First, he has the most picturesque Christmas morning. This is
oh,
again like when we're first introduced to the town and he's
yes.
riding his bike and we're meeting the waitress of the diner. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to live here. When Christmas morning happens at Frankie's house, and first the old timey record player goes on, and all the lights are just right, and the
Oh,
tree is perfection, and he's the only one awake. I'm like, Frankie, this is a beautiful Christmas morning,
it's
my
so
beautiful
great.
boy. What a
Oh,
beautiful morning.
there. They're all having a great time decorating the grandfather like he is a tree. They're like
Yeah,
wrapping him up and tinsel and everything like that.
it's a holly jolly
Oh,
time of year.
it's
Or the
adorable.
Scarvellis, I think their name is. Yeah.
I don't know, but yes, it's very cute. I really like it. I
And
think
then
it's great.
Frankie has a moment where he's looking at the tree and again, he's connecting to his spirits. He's having
Hmm.
another vision, and it's the little girl. And I think she hands him a little porcelain angel or something. And
Yes.
this is a cool shot again, because first we see it from Frankie, like looking and walking toward the tree. And then we see
Mhm.
the perspective from outside the house of
Yeah.
Frankie. Nobody's there. The kid's
Nobody's
not
there.
there, but he's just looking at the
Yeah.
tree and talking to
It's
the
so great.
spirit. It's very
I was
cool.
going to talk about another great shot because when he is digging through the vent, oh, he
Mhm.
also finds a class ring in the
Oh, right,
front.
right, right. That's, yeah.
When he's digging through the vent, when it shows him from the outside, it's a regular sized vent that he's sticking his arm in. But
Hmm.
then it shows the perspective from inside the vent, and the opening's huge, like he's looking in a wishing well.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
kind of really cool. Like
Yeah, it is.
it's really neat looking. But yeah, he finds some toys and he finds a little barrette and he finds a class ring and he like
Which
pockets all this stuff.
later now, at some point again, after his Christmas visit with
Hmm.
the dead girl, he
Yes.
goes up to his thinking tree. It's just a
Oh,
tree, looks like it's off the driveway somewhere. That he climbs up, and he's just got this treasure that he
yeah.
found, and he's just looking through everything.
Hmm.
And he's looking at the ring and all this stuff. The mailman then comes,
I
and
love how the mailman knows where his thinking tree
yeah,
is. Just for
I
a
think
second, Jamie, did you think maybe the mailman was the killer?
no, I didn't ever question the
Oh,
mailman.
okay.
He
All
was
right.
too
Okay.
nice looking of
Good.
a guy, and I just think that Frankie and his family are well loved in the community. And even the
Mhm.
mailman was like, "I brought that special package you've been looking for." And Frankie comes home, and the grandma's like, "Yeah, it's on your bed
In your
upstairs,"
bed.
and
Yep.
it's a box of both greeting cards that he has to give out and a typewriter.
So confused. I don't understand the
I don't know
economics
if
of
he gives
this.
all like if it was one of those things like if you give out all these greeting cards, you keep the typewriter kind of
It
situation. Is it like
must
a
be, but I don't think those things go together. Like, what are the greeting cards doing? How
I
is
don't
the
know.
company that would give you a typewriter making money from you
Related to
handing
the
out
greeting
greeting
cards. I don't
cards?
know. But this is what is in the box, right? It's a bunch
Yeah.
of Christmas greeting cards and then this
It's almost
typewriter.
like at school if they were like, all right, now you have to sell a lot of candy bars,
Yeah.
but why don't we go to Disney World today? And then when you get back, you can
Yeah.
sell those candy bars.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. Oh man. All right, so let's see. Oh, this is when the cop admits to dad that it was a good idea to blame the only black guy in
It
town for
is
the
a real,
murder.
like, of course he
Terrible.
did it. He's a black
No, he
guy.
doesn't even
And I'm
say that.
like,
He says to him, "Well, we haven't solved this
oh,
crime
yes.
in a long time. It's like a this awful like whatever cloud on the
Yeah.
precinct or on the community. Let's just blame it on that guy."
Yeah.
It's awful.
I
It's
couldn't even
awful.
believe it. I'm like, you're telling this to this random
Yeah.
man
Well, who's the
at
guy
his
who's got
place
the
of
kind
work.
heart too? The guy
Yeah.
who's not wanting to blame
Right.
him. And
I
anyway,
understand that you go to the bar and all your racist cop buddies, you're all saying the same thing, but this guy's not one of you.
yeah,
Like,
he's not.
tone it down a
Bring
bit.
it down. Bring it
Oh,
down.
it's ridiculous. And
Um,
I like how Frankie's watching this, like through a hole in the
oh
wall,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Frankie can see it too.
and
Yeah.
his dad's good buddy Phil is behind him and it's like, "Hey, Frankie, what's up?" He's like, "Uncle Phil, you'll never believe this.
Oh
I found a
yeah.
ring. I was like looking through this vent and I found a ring, and I think the
Oh,
ring
that's
might be
right.
from the person who wanted to kill me." Blah blah
Oh
blah blah
yeah.
blah.
All of a sudden he's starting to solve crimes in his head,
Yes.
Frankie.
Uh-huh.
He's like, aha, that's what it is. The guy was coming back looking for his ring, and that
Yeah.
was the problem. And the uncle's like, what are you even talking about? And again, he has a moment like that again a couple of times where he's like, he puts the things together in his head of
Hmm.
what he's seen and what he's experienced, and he's solving crimes.
Oh yeah. He's
Um,
doing a great job.
the next scene is again, it's one of my, there's a lot of little scenes in this movie that are just comfort for me. The morning of Christmas,
Hmm.
the bike ride through the town, and the little family dinner they have at the table together when the dad asks to pass the regatta and he drinks from a big jug of wine. And the grandpa is drowning himself in the bathroom
That's
because he can't have cigarettes.
That's the funniest part of this entire movie. I found it hilarious how just matter of factly the dad's like,
Grandma.
"Where's Grandpa?" And she's like, he's drowning himself because I won't let him have cigarettes." And he just say full bathtub, and
And
this
he's got
guy's
his head in it.
he has his head, he's got his torso, both arms in there, and I love when she yells like, "I hope I hope you took your watch off before you did this." And he didn't, and he's so mad at himself, and then he falls in the tub. It's great. It
It's yeah.
really is.
The grandpa is again the comic relief.
Mhm.
And this family dinner is just it's very sweet.
Yeah,
And yeah, it just shows you that, Frankie comes from good people.
yeah.
Now for some reason he's hooked up again with these bullies. He just can't stay away from them,
Now,
right?
real quick, because yes, he gets these bullies, but he gets to these bullies because he's walking down the street, and we hear a story about a haunted house in town.
Yeah.
Because it's
Yeah.
like, oh, and there's a lady, and she used to live in this house, and the house used to be beautiful, and she used to teach kids
Yeah.
piano,
Yeah.
and then she tried to burn the house down with
Yeah.
her inside of it, and they took her away, and but now she's back, and the house looks like shit, and I'm like, what, is there another ghost in this movie? Like, I was like, I don't know what's going on now, and who I should be afraid of. I was like, well, Mona doesn't live there. I saw Mona by the cliffs, and Mona lives in that house. I wonder who this crazy lady is. I was so confused
Me too. I
watching
was like, oh, this town is just filled with
with
like
ghosts.
ghostly people. Like, so yeah, there's a house now that's abandoned. And at first it wasn't abandoned, and now she
Yeah.
lives it. No, she was arrested or something. They tell the story about the piano lady.
Well, she tried to burn the house
That's
down
right.
with
She
her
was freaking out.
inside,
Yes.
but
Hmm.
he said
Get a
she is
break-in.
back and lives there now, but just doesn't take care of the
Right.
house.
Right.
But he runs into these bullies, and these bullies, they're like, hey, sorry about that whole hat thing. Hey, you want to go check out that
Yeah,
creepy
you want to go to the
cottage by the
creepy house?
cliffs? You want to go to the lady in white's haunted cottage? And they
And
do.
yeah, they do.
And they go right in. They walk right in.
Hmm.
Um, the real, like, the main bully, Tom Hanks' friend from Big,
Oh yeah.
he bought an alligator, bought a
The
baby
baby
alligator.
alligator. Yeah. They were for
Because
sale in the cute little shop in town in the beginning.
yeah,
Frankie
because
saw them.
this
Yeah.
movie for just a minute turns into baby alligator on the loose.
Oh
Like
yeah.
it's like they just chase this baby alligator through the house.
Hmm. Hmm. But that's where it's like, I guess because if without the baby alligator, they're kind of trepidatious. Trepidatious? Yeah, I'll use that word.
Trepidatious.
Trepidatious.
No, Acious.
Trepidatiously.
Okay. Right. Got it.
They
Now you
walk.
say they were trepidatious, but only two of them were. Because that main bully walks right in and is like, guys, this is great.
Well,
Haunted
yeah,
cottage.
yeah, yeah, because he's got the plan with the baby
Yeah.
alligator and whatnot. And then, like
Mhm.
you said, baby alligator chase happens. So they don't even realize while they're chasing the alligator that they should be scared that maybe the creepy woman
Right.
is here. And then, of course, who's going to see the shit? Frankie.
Right. Well, Frankie, first of all, Frankie isn't chasing this alligator around because he realizes that he is in the ghost girl's bedroom.
That's right.
This is when he starts walking around looking at pictures. I'm like, well, that's not Mona. That's some other lady. Like that's like a Sears studio portrait of someone who is
Hmm.
not Mona in this girl's bedroom. So I didn't really know what was going on because then we see Mona is in this house and is a ghost. I was still convinced that Mona's a ghost.
That's what I did not think she was a live person.
No,
An alive person. I thought she was unalive.
because
And
these two bullies, they're still trying to catch this alligator. This
right.
alligator's on the steps. One bully's at the top, the other one's at the bottom. And it's like a Three Stooges, like the door opens and this Mona ghost walks out, and the kid at the bottom that can see it's like hubba hubba hubba. And then
Yeah.
they both see this ghost and run away. Lukas Haas then comes out, sees the ghost, and Mona, the ghost, floats towards him.
For a hug. Like she just wants a good
Yes.
hug from him.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah. She's really moving,
Hmm.
floating down the stairs, not walking, folks. She is floating down the
She's a
stairs
floater. We
toward
have a
this
floater
kid.
here. Very
Yes.
spiritually floating. Yep. Um,
And he what did he do? He takes off, he runs home,
yeah, I think
I
he
guess.
through the foggy forest. Yep.
Oh yeah, because his
Yeah.
brother's looking for him.
Yeah. Yeah. because now the brothers are concerned brother.
Again, not great. I mean, I'm not one to be like, listen, you can't let your kids out of the house, you can't let your kids do things, but this child was almost murdered, and the dad's like, I don't know, it's like 10 p.m. and he's not. Can you go try and find him? He's probably by that
It's such
creepy
a small
cabin.
town, though. Like, because you gotta trust,
There's a
right?
murderer in this small
A
town.
murderer that they think they've arrested, maybe, and the
Oh yeah, you're
murderer,
right. Yeah,
yeah.
everybody thinks so, except his dad.
Mm-hmm.
His
True.
dad's the only
True.
one that's like, I think there's still a murderer out there. Don't worry about it. Just go outside and play.
Just
It's
go play.
fine.
It's cool.
Yes.
We're groovy. But he starts to again, this is when his
Yes.
like his he starts doing his like detective work. And
Hmm.
for the first time I realized, just as he does, the lady in white is actually the mother of Melissa, the girl ghost.
Ru- y-
The lady in white is her mother.
well, yes. Wait.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I know, but I
And he's
mean,
does he put that together yet? You don't think
I
he
don't
puts it
think
together
so.
yet?
No, I don't
I
think
did.
so.
This is when I
Because,
did.
oh, but I'm still thinking Mona is the lady in white at this point in the movie.
No, in my notes, I had the aha moment. Maybe
Oh,
he
good.
didn't yet. Yeah.
Well, that's fine. It doesn't take too long, but this is when he goes home and he finally tells his brother about the ring.
Right.
But he's like, "Oh no, I lost the ring." Because earlier he dropped it on his floor and his brother has it now.
Right.
And I was surprised his brother didn't say, "Oh yeah, I have that ring." No, his brother decides
No,
to
his
do his
brother's
own
trying to do his
detective
own
work.
devious work.
Yes.
Exactly. He's like, well, and the dad even talks about it at the dinner table the one night. There's a trunk of his with all his old stuff. And
Mhm.
he says at one point, who's been in my trunk? There's nothing in there
Yes.
any of you need to see. Do you have a
Uh-huh.
trunk like that you keep away from your kids, by the way?
No, I don't, but I want one.
Yeah, you need to
Like I
get one.
want one full of secret
Even
stuff that
fill it
like
nothing and just be like,
like
hey, girls, don't go into that trunk, okay? They'll
well,
be like, we're
that's the thing
not.
that
Don't worry about it.
that's the thing I'm unsure of because we see the trunk and it's like a yearbook and a class ring. It's not like a bunch of old porn or anything like that. Like, I don't know why he wants his kids to stay out of there.
It's his own personal memories. He doesn't want those kids,
Yeah, I guess. All right. You know what? I gotta start
I
making
think you
one.
need to have one.
I gotta
I think you
find
need to
some
have one.
stuff and I gotta start to make a trunk,
You gotta get your trunk in order.
build it with my own two hands.
That'd be lovely.
It would be. But his
Um,
brother understand like I don't think um Frankie knew what this ring was. Like the
no,
brother clearly knows it's a
it's
class
a
ring,
class ring,
has
right?
seen it before.
In the
So
dad's trunk.
that's why he's down there digging around and
Mm-hmm.
comparing the two rings.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And when he
So
comes up from this
yes,
little discovery, again, this Melissa, this ghost little girl, cannot now get enough of Frankie. So she's back in his room,
she's back in
typing him
his room.
letters on the
Uh-huh.
typewriter,
Just skipping
hanging out with
around,
him.
singing
And
songs.
when the yeah, singing her little song about being joyful or whatever it is. And when the brother comes upstairs, I think maybe to be like, "Hey, I think I'm putting some more pieces together of this crime." There's this ghost girl. And
Yeah,
like you said, now he could see her too.
yeah, it's like Drew Barrymore running in on ET. It's like they both are like,
Yeah.
"Oh my God, okay,
Yeah,
wait a
yeah.
second."
And he's like, right away, okay, don't freak her out. Like,
Right.
right? Frank's like, you don't freak her out.
Yes.
Um, but
And then
the clock rings, and that's the thing
yes,
when the
10
it's
p.m.
10 o'clock, she looks out and she does her float away thing,
Hmm.
and she floats her way to the school.
Well,
And again,
they watch her because Lukas Haas is like, oh, she's with him. She's with the killer. Let's go
yeah,
follow. So these two
yes,
follow them to the school.
mm-hmm. And
They do miss the murder. They're a little bit late. They miss the murder, but they see her being carried down the stairs from the school and out the door.
And again, we just see this little girl's body. There's
Yes,
nobody carrying her, and she's just being
it's
carried
not great.
over and out to the cliffs, basically,
Yes.
where she's asleep until she's awake,
Yeah.
realizing that she's being hung, and she's just screaming for her mother. It's very
Yes.
traumatizing. She's screaming for her mother. And Frankie, there's a couple of times when Frankie, even in the closet, when he watches her get beat up or strangled, he's like, no, no, don't hurt
Yeah.
her. And again, he's like, no, no. And he closes his eyes because he's
Uh-huh.
watching this terrible thing take place. Again, the kid does a
It's
marvelous
yeah.
job.
And it's a
Um,
horrific thing we watched. We thought
Gino's
she
not
was
with him for
oh
this.
yeah.
Gino got glass in his foot
It looks
back
like he
at the
stepped on a
school.
shark's
Yeah.
tooth. Like, yeah, he's incapacitated.
Hmm.
So yeah, so he watches this girl come to. She was not strangled to death. We
No.
watch her wake up, realize
Yep.
what's going to happen, scream for her mom again, and then get tossed off a cliff.
Yes.
And then we see a much younger lady in white
Yes. The
come running
blonde-haired woman come out of the cottage
out of the cottage.
crying for her daughter,
Yes.
who is and and now again he watches the lady in white jump off the
Yeah.
cliff and he's like, no, he's
Right.
all of this terrible stuff for it. And then Mona is back reaching for him again. Like it's a whole scene. These ghosts are all over him. And
Yes.
then the little brother or the older brother finally finds him.
Yeah, he finally hobbled his way to Frankie and is like,
Hmm.
I think we should probably go home.
But now don't forget there's big news in town. We're back at the courthouse, and as it turns out, there's not enough evidence to convict our janitor friend.
Great.
So he's off the hook.
You know what?
I'm like, oh, look,
It's a great day.
mm,
It's a win for race relations in
it
this
is.
small town.
It
I think
feels
it's
good.
time to trust each other again. I don't see how this could be bad.
I did not see this
Oh
coming. I
my
was like,
God.
oh man, movie. What'd you go and do that for?
Because
It's like
this,
when you then made the
yeah.
uncle the killer. I'm like, man, movie, couldn't we just make it some guy that had issues with the lady in white, maybe the estranged father of the little girl? I don't know.
You can't just introduce a random killer
Why
at the
not?
end of the movie.
I don't want Uncle Phil to be the guy. He's Uncle Phil.
Neither do I. But yeah, this was shocking because this guy is
He's
mildly
acquitted.
happy that
He's
he doesn't have
back
to
with his
die
family.
in
He's going
prison.
in his car.
Hmm.
He's just relieved, and the grieving mother
Yes, the
who was
grieving
at
mother from
church.
church.
Yes.
I like how she tells her husband, I just want to tell him I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Just and he's like, all right, honey, go ahead. That's very big of you.
And he does, she does. She kind of says, like, I'm really sorry for what you go through. And the guy has a moment. He goes, that means a lot, especially coming from you.
Yeah,
And then I was like, this lady, there's not a forgiveness in her heart.
no.
She lost her little boy.
We see all the extras not paying attention. Everybody in the
Yeah. Oh,
background is having
yes.
their own private conversations. No one's watching this woman.
Yes.
And yeah, she
And
picks up a gun and she's like, and this is for my Sergio, and blows
oh,
this dude's
right in his
brains
head.
out in this car,
Yes.
shooting the man's wife right through the window as well.
Yes. Yes. You shooting her right in the shoulder.
Oh,
She's in just a state of shock. She starts to walk away from the
yes.
car in this
Mhm.
state of shock. And he the dad comes finally and is like, again,
Yeah,
Frankie's dad, Angelo, to console her
to
once
help her.
again.
Yes.
But it's heavy
Yeah.
times, heavy
Yeah,
times.
this is written in my notes. I'm like, this movie is so much. Like this movie
Mm-hmm.
is way it's this movie wants to say something that about 8 different movies can say. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
no, we
Mm-hmm.
can do all that in this movie,
We got
right?
it. We
Like,
got it.
yeah,
Yeah, we got it.
yes. But the
Now
brother,
brother's investigation is
yes.
getting hot.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
because he's sick. He's home from school.
Well, something happened where like he was on that adventure with Frankie and then
Right.
all of a
Yeah, he
sudden he
got
caught
sick.
fever and
Yeah.
the and
I like
he
it when
is
he asked the grandmother, he's like, what time is it? Huh? And she's like, it's 330 o'clock. And he's like, 3:30? She's like, that's what I said.
she's like, don't you know English? I love it.
Yes.
I love it. Um but
Yeah.
yeah, he's very concerned. He's like, "Where's my brother?" And he even says,
Mhm.
"And what do you mean?" Because she's like, "Oh, he's with Uncle. He went to school, and Uncle Phil is gonna pick him up." And
Oh
he's
no,
like,
no, Uncle
"No."
Phil walks in
Oh, that's
and
right.
goes
That's
like,
right. Because he
yeah,
says, "I'm gonna
I'm gonna
go."
pick him up from school. It's 3:30. I guess that's about the time school ends, and we're gonna go shoot this bow and arrow. And as soon as he leaves, he heads back down to that trunk and starts like, matching up names to the initials
Mm-hmm.
inscribed in there,
Mm-hmm.
and realizes that it's Phil.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I guess does not tell his grandparents.
No, he's just they're out to solve their own crimes here.
Right, right, yes, yeah.
They just gotta. The grandparents have a bigger issue. Grandpa's got to quit the
He's
smokes or not.
still trying to smoke. He's
Yeah,
still sneaking down to the basement at night.
doing what he has to do, lighting things on fire, like his pants. That was in the beginning.
Yep.
All right. So,
So
um,
Freddie and Phil, they're just shooting arrows.
Frankie and Phil.
But whatever. I
You call
wrote
him Freddie.
Freddie.
Frankie and Phil. Yeah, they're out in some field somewhere,
Yeah.
and they're just practicing shooting arrows. It looks like it's a good time, right?
Yeah.
And then they're getting ready to go home.
So
And
I have a question here.
yeah,
Because Phil's like, hey, listen, I gotta talk to you about something. And even Frankie's like, hey, it's getting pretty late. Let's head back. He's like, oh, okay, we'll talk in the car. So does Phil think that Frankie knows? Is Phil knows that he's got his ring?
Yeah, Phil, I
So
think, is
Phil's got to
trying
be
to get the
shitting
ring back.
bricks, but like, what does he want to talk to him about? Is
I
what
think
I'm wondering.
I think he's trying to get the ring back, and he's maybe
Okay.
trying to figure out like how do I get the ring back without making it seem like,
Okay. So yeah, so
I
like
did
maybe
something.
I can figure out where he put the ring. I'll
Right,
steal it. He's got no evidence then, and
right.
the end. Okay. All
But
right, good. Yeah.
is it that Frankie hears the keys? There's something in Phil's
Oh
car.
no, 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 no.
What is it?
It's that Phil is humming the song that the dead girl sings all the time.
Oh,
That
that's
Bing
what it
Crosby
was.
song that used to scare me. It scared me because of this movie. I mean, I don't often listen to music from the 40s, but I
Yeah.
have heard that song before and it's so creepy. Yeah. I
Well,
love
the look on Frankie's face when all of a
it.
sudden he puts it together that it's Phil, and
Oh,
now
uh-huh.
he's about to be in a car alone with Phil. He
Hmm.
knows this isn't good,
Right.
and he locks Phil out of the car, and Phil has a breakdown here,
Oh boy,
an emotional breakdown.
Phil knows he's fucked. Like
Yeah,
it's a real like I either have to kill my basically nephew
yeah,
or I'm deadzos.
yep,
Like
yep,
I'm going to jail forever. And he has
yeah,
yeah, you see him freak out in real
yeah,
time. It's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah, yeah. He
Because
has a
Frankie's
moment
like,
where.
I love how Frankie's crawling all over the car to hit all the door locks before he can get to
Well, and
that.
then when he goes to the window, Uncle Phil starts
Yes,
coming in through the window, and
through
now
like the
Frankie's
back
like,
window. And
yeah, and then he smashes it.
Frankie like has to start the car to hit a button so the window in the back can crush him.
Yes.
But he
And then
like
Frankie
breaks the window.
runs, right?
Yeah.
He runs out of the
Uh-huh.
door and just starts running.
Through the
And
haunted woods.
luckily back through the haunted woods. Um, and now Phil's in the forest too.
Yeah.
And he's at the steaming floor where we also saw the Lady in White, this whole soundstage situation where it's just forest
Hmm.
and
I
fog.
really I thought he was gonna try and hunt him with this bow and arrow.
I thought so
I
too. I
was
thought that's
so
why we
waiting
brought
for
the
that
bow and
because
arrow
at one
in.
point they're
Yeah.
both in the forest, but they're stopped, and he's like, I'm not gonna hurt you." And he takes off the bow and arrow and puts him down.
No, this is when he grabs it and he says, I love you. You're a beautiful
Yeah,
boy.
yes,
I'm like, yeah, and earlier I think we heard you also molested the kid.
yeah.
So maybe lay down on, like, ease up on the beautiful boyness,
I
right?
was very uncomfortable when he's helping him shoot the bow and arrow, and his face is like pressed up against the side of his face, and
Mm-hmm.
he's like, "Now just take a deep breath."
Yes,
And
yes.
then just let go of the arrow. I'm like, oh no, I don't like this at all. But yeah, he's calling him a beautiful boy and chasing him to the lady in white's
Uh-huh.
house in the woods. And Phil, in the like around this time, Phil's fessing up to everything to this kid.
Yes. Sorry, sorry, sorry.
No, you okay?
Yeah, there was a message I had to reply to it, and I
Oh,
was
that's fine. Okay.
multitasking.
No, no, you got to do it.
It was the lady in white. No.
Oh,
Um,
did you get my message? You got to help me find my sister. Um, yeah. So, because Phil's even like, listen, I didn't want to hurt you. I didn't know it was you in the closet, kid. Like, if
mhm.
I knew it was you, I wouldn't have done anything. Blah, 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 blah. Like, he's just telling this kid everything now.
Yes.
So he chases him to the lady in white's house. Do you need to do something? Do you need
No.
to do stuff?
Yeah, no, we're good.
Do your
I'm gonna do it while I talk to you.
okay,
Go ahead.
good. Good. That's gonna work out.
Go ahead. He
All right.
chases him back to the lady in white's house.
Now it's also 10 p.m. We hear the chimes, so we know that it's really late at night now and that the little ghost girl's going to be coming.
Mm-hmm.
In
Mm-hmm.
the meantime, I think you were saying this is that his brother goes and finds their dad and the cop and
Mm-hmm.
is like, I know what's happening. We got to go. I think it's all going down at the cliffs or whatever. And Phil finally gets the drop on little Frankie and he gets all choky with him,
Yeah. Yeah.
but then is knocked out because the lady in white, okay, Mona has snuck up behind him and I don't know, hit him with a piece of wood or something like that.
Oh yeah, I don't know how
Yeah,
that happens either. Ramona's now in it.
no
He
idea.
really gets he
Well,
really goes
well,
for the kid.
well, we know that Mona hangs out at that house.
Yeah.
So she was just hanging out there
So she
waiting,
was just
waiting
there
for
ready
something
to
to
murder,
happen. Right.
right?
And she does. She must clock Phil with something because she thinks she killed him.
Yeah. Yeah.
There are so many times in this movie where this main kid is like unconscious because now he's unconscious because he was being choked for the second time in this movie.
hmm
And he wakes up in a room surrounded by candles.
Oh, so many candles.
So many.
And just when we thought, I was like, all right, we this movie then has that thing where it does, because even at the end, when Uncle Phil comes back and still grabs
Hmm.
his leg, like it's
Yeah.
so now he's in this room with candles. Again, we're used to seeing him in bed from having some issue of some sort. So he's in bed, candles everywhere. Um, and Mona's there sweating this time, right? Isn't this when Mona's sweating, or was that, did we miss that? Because
Mona's sweating? What are you
oh,
talking about?
that's earlier when
Oh,
he's
okay.
Philip's choking him. Um,
Can I say one thing here real quick? Because
yeah,
I give movies a hard time all the time by
yeah,
being
you
like,
do.
okay, movie, I get it. I'm not an idiot. I know what's going on. You don't need to explain this to me. I was so happy because at this point in the movie, I'm like, Mona, please, can you tell me what's going on? And Mona walks into the room and is like, so here's the deal.
hmm
I'm not the lady in white. My sister's the lady in white. That kid that you saw, yeah, she was murdered. That woman, then she jumped. She was my sister. I also then tried to kill myself in a fire in town, that other haunted house, and they wouldn't let me die.
Yeah.
And now I'm here. But don't worry, that guy who tried to kill you, I killed him. This is great. And I'm like, thank you, Mona, because my notes were a disaster. I had no idea who the lady in white was. Now I understand why those pictures didn't look like you. Like I was
hmm
so thankful for a moment in this movie that in many other movies I'm like is totally unnecessary, but it was
hmm
so helpful for me. Because then I thought she was the grandmother.
I did too, until she
Yes.
says, my sister. Uh-huh. I was
Yes.
like, oh, okay, this makes sense. It's
Mhm.
like this family coming together, and the
Yeah.
mother is
Oh
worried. Yeah. Yeah.
my God. Yeah.
hmm
It's a lot. But she's really excited that she killed Phil, but nope. Now Phil strangles her and then beats her to death.
Yeah. And now they don't forget they're in a candlelit room. So it's also an inferno. The
Everything's
whole
on fire.
house burns down. Which I guess needed to
Everything's on
happen, like
fire.
a cleanse.
You need
hmm
that house just needed to go.
hmm
Yeah, I get it. If your ghosts have nowhere to go back to, then they can move on and become shooting stars or whatever
hmm
happens at the end of this
hmm
movie.
Oh, yeah. At the end of this movie, when they
Yes.
blast off like
Yeah.
that.
So here's another thing I don't get. Phil now decides that he's going to save his nephew from
hmm
this inferno just so he can take him to a cliff and throw him off. I'm not rooting
Well, because
for
this is
the
part of Phil's routine, though.
yeah,
He's like, I
yeah.
take the kids and I
I'm
throw them
not
off the
rooting for the
cliff.
child killer here, but I'm like, Phil, just leave the house. That
Yeah.
kid's doomed. It'll be okay. But there's a lot that happens on this cliff. It's a big fight
hmm
between Phil. I do like how like spider monkey this kid
The kid
gets.
is, yeah, because he's really trying. He's got his legs wrapped around the uncle's hips, and he's
Yep,
not letting the uncle go. It
yep.
is pretty great. It is pretty great. And
Yeah.
then finally, uh, the dad comes, right? Is it? Or no, he
Well,
gets
no,
away. The
no,
kid, the
it takes
lady.
a while. Yeah. Um,
Mhm.
he gets away, Frankie gets away, and then the lady in white, the not Mona, the ghost now,
Mhm.
rushes at Phil and kind of knocks him off the edge of the cliff.
Mhm. Mhm.
This is, though, when the dad shows up and we find out that Phil is like clinging to a root on the
Mhm.
cliff and
Mhm.
he's not dead. And the dad's like, hey, man, let me just give me your hand and everything. And Phil's like, no, thank you. I can't hack it in prison, I guess. And so he just lets go and just lets himself
And just
fall. Yeah.
yeah, and
And he's
down, yeah.
total dead zos. And we watch the lady in white be reunited with her daughter. I don't know
What a
where
cosmic
it's,
reunition.
it really is. They turn
They
into.
float to each other,
Mhm,
and then they turn into, like you said, into stardust.
mhm.
And yeah, they it's wild.
They
It's wild.
shoot up into the sky and like
Mm-hmm.
go away in a beam of light. And
Mm-hmm.
this movie is like, hey, guess what? We're done. Guys,
Mm-hmm.
we really put you through it. We don't need a wrap up. We don't need to tell you what's going on. We don't need to flash back to this kid as an adult. Movie over, roll the credits, maybe take a minute and breathe, everybody.
Right, right.
And I was thankful for it because I had really been through it. Oh, all right. Well, that was Lady in White. What are your overall thoughts? How did you feel
It was a
afterward?
complicated movie. It was a
Hmm.
very complicated movie, and there was it is one of those movies that like you had said to start, like listeners maybe watch it if we don't want to
Yeah.
spoil anything for you, like especially around Halloween. I mean, if it sounded interesting enough to you, go ahead, watch it. I didn't think it was ever like, it was definitely moments where you're like, what's happening now? What are we doing now? But I would recommend if someone was like, I kind of remember that movie, I'd be like,
Hmm.
you just watch it. Just
Yeah.
see what you want to do with it. Um, I still don't know if I really liked it.
Okay.
Liked it. But I will say, I visually I thought it was really, really pretty and really well done.
Hmm.
I thought the story got a little bit complicated and a little too layered, but I wasn't even that mad about it. And it's true. What my friend had told me, what was going to lure me in was this sweet Italian family that it's
Hmm.
based off of. Um, I didn't know recommendation wise where to go, so there was this book. It's a children's book.
Oh, okay.
Picture book. It's a picture book for children. It's called Hungry Jim. And there's no killing or anything like that, but there is a cliff involved. And it is about this little boy. I'm just going to tell you the tale. All right,
Sure,
everybody, and see
please
if you
do.
can relate it. It's
Tell me
about
the
this little
tale
boy,
of what is his name? Slim Jim?
Hungry Jim.
Okay.
Hungry Jim. It's a little boy that wakes up one day and he's a lion and he's very hungry.
Hmm.
And he goes out for his day and he starts to just eat. First, he goes downstairs and he eats his mother. And then he goes into town and he feels really awful about it. And he eats a dog walker and an old lady eating ice cream. And he eats the butcher in town. And he just eats all the people in town. And then he gets to the edge of the cliff and he's feeling really sad because he can't believe he's eaten all these people. But he's also still a lion. So he's hungry. And then a bear comes, and the bear's like, now I get to eat you. But nay, Jim eats the bear as well. And then Jim goes back home after all this, and it's still really sad. Now he's super full because he's got bear in
Hmm.
his belly, right?
Yeah.
Now he goes home, and the whole time going home, he burps up all the things that he ate. So he burps up all the people in the town. He goes home, he burps up his mother.
Wait,
He
so
goes back.
he's vomiting up these people. Like they're
Yes.
fine? They're okay,
Yes, and they're
right?
fine. It's a
Okay. I
children's
was
book.
gonna
They're
say it's a
fine.
children's book.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then he goes back up into his room and he burps up the bear. So now Jim has a dilemma,
Hmm.
or does he? Because Jim turns back into the little boy. He's not a lion anymore.
That's a
So now the
dilemma,
bear's
yeah.
in his room and he's a little boy. What does Jim do? Jim eats the bear. The little boy eats the bear. And then the last page is, and he was still hungry for pancakes. So the little boy is like our Frankie, right?
Okay.
He's like,
I was gonna ask you what the book means, but now you're relating
it's
it
layered. It's
you're relating
layered, you
it
see?
directly to the Lady in White. All right, so the boy's Frankie.
Or maybe in all these, maybe not. Maybe the boy is Phil,
Oh
the
boy.
killer.
Now I feel like you
That's
might
all right.
not be on
Listen,
solid
I'm just
ground.
saying, Hungry Jim, it's by Laurel Snyder. She was
Okay.
an Atlanta local. She lived in the same little town that I did in Atlanta, East Atlanta Village. It's a crazy book. It's a little bit weird. It's like maybe, I don't know, it's a kid's book. It's a
I
picture
love
book.
that
It's great.
story. All
Yeah,
right,
so
that's
there you
great.
go. A
Wow.
little tail time for the
All right.
audience. They didn't know they were going to get that, but there you go. What is yours
I
recommendation? Are you
first of
good?
all, I think I'm going to be a little more definitive on this movie than you were. I
You
thought it
think?
was great.
Yeah.
I had so much fun watching this movie and I know there's a lot with these movies. There's a lot of recency bias. If we just watch Stripes, I understand that that's going to paint this in probably a better light.
Yeah.
But with Stripes and with Beach Street, and I don't even remember what we watched before that. I got through this in one sitting. Like, and I
Hmm.
don't want to say that, yay, what an achievement for the movies we watch here.
Oh
But
yeah,
it
but yeah,
it
I
kept my
agree. I
attention the whole
agree.
time. Like
Totally did.
I was
Hmm.
never like, no, I maybe I should skip this part or fast forward or I'll come back to it. No, I like this way more than I thought I was going into it. So yeah.
Yeah, it
Um,
was good.
my recommendation isn't oh boy, I almost said it isn't great. It's a movie that I really, really like, and it's a movie where nothing happens. Just to let people know. It's a movie from 2016 called Personal Shopper, and it's starring
Mm.
Kristen Stewart. And she's
Oh.
and I'm just gonna read you the one sentence that I copy and pasted from IMDb because I couldn't even remember the plot of the movie. She's a young woman in Paris who works as a personal shopper for a celebrity and tries to communicate with her deceased twin brother. And it really is just a
Oh.
movie of just like you you just hang out with Kristen Stewart for 2 hours and it's kind of fun. Like there's
Oh.
not a whole lot of dialogue, there's not a whole lot of stuff happening. The movie, just like this, it looks really great. But that would be my I was trying to think of like a ghost movie that isn't scary, I guess.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because this
Because
movie,
that's
if
not
you're
no,
yeah,
it's not it's more like I mean, as a kid, it's got some like
yeah, but also as
spooky
a
elements because of the
yeah,
like floating and stuff,
but
but it's
that's
not
not
like
this.
scary and it's not bloody and it's not gory.
Yeah, like the scary
Um,
part is your uncle.
yeah.
That's what this movie.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
movie's
Yeah.
like, yeah, this is a movie where if you're afraid of ghosts, maybe watch this because you'll be like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
the ghosts aren't the villains. Like
Mm-hmm.
ghosts are fine. Maybe I should meet some ghosts. They're better than the living people around me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so that's it. Great.
Yeah.
Um,
Hey,
let's talk about our next movie.
let's.
Get ready because this has a bit of a bit of a story because this is a movie that has been like floating around. It's a movie I've thought about a lot and I've thought
Oh.
about doing a lot and have never done it. And I know why now. August is when I research the months and everything to pick movies.
Oh yeah, to get
August
our
is National Fitness Month. I think last
yes.
August we did Death Spa.
Oh, for a
And I
national fitness.
think the
Yeah.
year before that, that's when we did that Jamie Lee Curtis workout movie.
Oh, with Travolta. Yeah, the hip
Yes.
thrusting one. Yeah.
Yeah. So this movie, it is called Heavenly Bodies,
Oh.
has always come up as a possibility. And that look you gave me is the reason why I never went with it. Because I was like, it sounds sleazy, like it sounds like a sleazy movie. And
Yeah.
I was like,
Little.
is it like a sex comedy or something? So I never looked into it. I'm going to read you the description and you tell me how much fun this sounds. Single mom Samantha quits her job to open an aerobic studio. She competes with a fitness tycoon for a TV aerobics instructor role through an intense dance marathon.
Oh, so it's not what
No, it's
I
not.
thought it
It's
was
not
like.
what I thought.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think it's about time we give a look to Heavenly Bodies.
All right. Heavenly bodies, here we come.
Yeah. All right. Everybody, thank you for listening. Thank you for liking the show.
Yes.
Liking the show. What is
Like, thanks for liking us.
is for
Right.
enjoying the time you
Oh,
spend with us.
appreciate that.
You know, if
Sorry
you
for my distraction. Sorry about
that's
that.
okay. Listen, you got
Lady in
work.
White. Did I ever tell you the story? Quick story. So I had
I
this
hope it's a ghost
painting.
story. Go
It
ahead.
is. Listen.
Oh, okay, good.
So I had this painting that I did actually in an art education class in Kutztown. And it's a wild painting because it was, I forget the
Is
professor's
this the
name.
picture? Is this the painting of me on a boat?
Oh no, but I remember that one.
Okay, sorry. I didn't
You
mean
were a
to distract you.
pescatarian,
I
right?
was. I was. Yeah. Me and our other
No, that was
roommate
what I
were in a
presented.
boat looking at each other kind of suggestively as we fished.
See that? Something like that belongs in your trunk,
I
right?
wish I God, I wish you still had that. Is that something you held on to?
I don't think
Are
so.
you sure? You still
No,
had hair that I
I
cut
did that
off
you
of you,
cut in an
but
envelope marked cut by DP McCambridge. Or I think you
awesome.
were a Doug to me then.
Anyway,
Um,
sorry. That was
Anyway, so
great.
this painting that I did in college for a college class, and the whole theme was you were supposed to think of something that you liked and continue to paint, never pick up the paintbrush while you painted.
Mm-hmm.
And mine was like leaves and trees and nature shit, right? Hippie shit. And I had it hanging in my one of my apartments in Redondo Beach in California. And there was this one guy that lived in my apartment complex who his girlfriend lived in the building, and he was definitely like a kind of a, like stiffer. Always you couldn't tell if he was always stoned or whatever kind of guy. He would come
Mm-hmm.
over sometimes and visit. And he sees my painting from college and he
Yeah.
goes, "Oh my God, do you see her? You painted the lady in white in your painting."
What
I was like,
are you talking
the
about?
what? The what? And he's like, "She's there, man. I don't know how you did it, but she's in your painting." And I explained to him as I explained to you, well, it was like the stream of consciousness painting. You just
Yeah.
thought of something, and he's like, "I think the lady in white is in your head, or her spirit is here." And it became this whole thing. That when I met Barrett then, and he
Yeah.
commented on the picture, I was like, do you see the lady in white in the picture?" And
Okay.
he was
I have
like,
I have two questions. Question number one, was this guy just messing with you?
no, it was
Okay.
like
All right.
he was like a trippy, like definitely not always. Yeah,
Yeah,
he was definitely
no.
like a trippy kind
Okay.
of character. Yeah. So he was
Question
not
number
joking. He thought he saw the lady
Okay.
in white.
Question
Yeah.
number two, was he referring to the lady in white from
And
this
that's what I
movie?
wondered then too, but he was so like enthralled by it. And at the time I remember really trying to see it, like being like,
Sure.
I don't see. And then later thinking like, did he mean like, well, at the time, even then I thought Mona. Like it
Of
was never
course.
clicked in me, even after having seen the movie and not
Yeah.
whatever. I was like, does he mean the lady in white from,
Yeah. I will say this movie did not help me in that regard. 5 years from now, if you said, remember the lady in white, I'd be like, yeah,
you're
Mona.
still putting
So
Mona
you're
together.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're still putting Mona
And I
there.
said 5 years ago, I meant 5 minutes from now. Well, that's pretty great.
Yeah,
Okay.
anyway, that's my
Yeah,
story.
that's
Shh.
fun.
My dog's
Anyway,
whining and I'm
everybody, thanks
shushing it.
for
Okay.
liking us. Um,
Right?
if you have not left us a review wherever you watch the show, please do so. We
Yeah.
put our stuff up on YouTube as well, so go subscribe, all that great stuff. I don't know, what are you laughing at?
My dog is whining and I'm trying to shush her and it's
Oh, I'm so
like,
sorry. I can't hear your dog.
oh,
If you're worried that okay, folks, we
she's
are gonna go because we don't ignore animals here on this podcast.
she's
Anyway,
hungry.
everybody, we will talk to you again in 2 weeks when we talk about heavily heavenly bodies
Or heavy
or
bodies.
heavy
All right.
bodies. Until then, have a great 2 weeks, everyone.
Ciao. Bye.